Hey, what's up, guys? This is Kyle from Valkyrie Meads. And as I was doing my mead check today, I ran into a problem with one of my meads that I thought would make a pretty good video. So I like to do a mead check every day, just kind of checking on the meads to see where they're at. I typically like to do this by not touching the brew at all. I'll just walk up to the airlock and smell it. Basically, after the first few days, you really want to leave your mead alone. You don't want to be opening it excessively because you can expose it to all kinds of things in the air that can make your brew taste bad. It's worth noting that while it may make it smell or taste bad, there's nothing really that can happen to your mead that's going to make it dangerous for you to drink, because honey is incredibly antimicrobial and will absolutely just kill anything. It's more of a risk of you don't want to bottle product that smells or tastes bad. So anyway, as I approached the first mead, it's my apple cinnamon mead, it smelled phenomenal. As soon as I got near it, you could absolutely just smell waves of apple hitting you in the face with a little bit of cinnamon. Super sweet smell. I think it's going to taste great. Right next to that was the peaches and cream. Same thing, peach smell was incredible, just hitting me in the face. Just juicy peaches, and I think that mead is going to be fantastic. Unfortunately, when I got to my traditional mead, which is just honey, right off the bat, rotten egg smell. Terrible sulfur smell, just smells awful. And for a new brewer, on your first batch, that can be terrifying. Obviously you don't want your mead to smell like sulfur, so it's a big horrifying event. That actually happened to me on my first mead. I was pretty proud of it. It tasted very good. It was a chocolate cranberry cinnamon mead that I thought was going to be phenomenal. It tasted pretty good, but the smell was awful. I tried to get a couple people to try it, and they would put it up to their mouth, and then the smell would kill them, and they'd say, I'm absolutely not going to drink this. Though, like I said, it is safe to drink. And this can happen for a variety of reasons. It's a compound called hydrogen sulfate that occurs in the meads for a variety of reasons. I'm not really sure what happened here, but the best way to prevent it is to just make sure that everything is as clean as possible when you're doing your brew. Like you want to make sure that you are cleaning your buckets, you're cleaning anything that touches the mead, which obviously I did. Maybe something got through in there. I'm not sure what happened. It could also be as a result of overstressed yeast, not adding enough nutrients, which could have been the case. It's a traditional mead, so it's just honey. I added some nutrient packets. Typically I'll add raisins. I didn't do that this time. So moving forward, I'll probably continue to do that because that was the only thing that really changed. And my other meads obviously have fruit, so they're getting those nutrients. So that's probably where I went wrong, but I'm not sure. But again, no reason to panic. It is fixable for the most part. And mead is very resilient. It doesn't take a lot of care to make sure it's going good, and you can typically fix the issues pretty easily. But at the end of the day, the mead is going to do what it wants to do. It's a drink that wants to be drank, but sometimes there's just nothing you can do, and you might have to scrap the brew. But we're going to see. So what I did was I immediately, as soon as you smell the sulfur rotten egg smell, you want to get on it as quickly as possible, because the quicker you get to it, the more likely you are to be able to fix it. So as soon as I smelled that, I immediately grabbed the brew bucket. I sanitized another bucket, and then what you want to do is rack it, which is to transfer it from one vessel to another a few times. I did it 3 times. You want to do it, and while you're doing it, you want to make sure the mead is just getting shaken and stirred around and as messed with as possible, because that creates oxygen in the brew, which will eventually kick out those hydrogen sulfates. You want to aerate it out and get it going and twirling around, and eventually that smell will dissipate in theory if you did it enough and the mead really wants to be drank. So, I mean, really that's about it. You just got to air it out, transfer it a couple times, try to get it off that yeast, and this is what it looks like now from being shaken so hard. I'll try to pan out right there. It's very, very cloudy from being aerated and it looks not very appetizing, but I promise it's going to get better. You can already see it starting to clear out at the top here. But then the rest of it is pretty hazy and dark. So what we're going to do to help that process is we're going to grab this and just set it on the counter overnight, and the sediments and stuff will fall to the bottom. And then we'll give it a smell, and if it smells good, we'll leave it alone. If not, I'm probably going to add some fining agents that super clear the mead, and we'll make all that stuff fall out and hopefully fix the problem. And yeah, and then hopefully we'll have a pretty drinkable mead, and hopefully I'll be able to salvage this one. So that's it. Just wanted to share that story with you and give a couple of tips and advice on how to fix or troubleshoot a mead. Another thing I want to mention is that Campden tablets are really good for this process. If you drop a couple in, sanitize the must, typically it's solved a bunch of my problems. Like I've had these odors before, and that's also another good way that I kind of missed, just dropping in some Campden tablets, which sanitize the must and normally will throw off the off flavors. But yep, that's it, guys. I just wanted to make a quick video for you. I am working on the history of mead as well as the introduction to me myself and what qualifies me to even do these videos, why I talk about mead, what I know about mead, and just a bit of background on me. And so hopefully those will be up sometime this week. Thanks.